Why would you? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and knock audio here for a second because I did not actually fix all of the audio for these because I did not have time. Like, I did it a bit, but I didn't have it, like, 100% fixed. Not to the degree that I usually do. Fix that. Now you'll have audio back because it's actually decent balance. Akitake. So for those who've missed the memo the whole way along, the Steam Next Fest is just a pile of demos. So this is a demo, bear that in mind. This is not representative entirely of what the final result is going to be of what this is. This is Underkeep. This is a first-person dungeon crawl that caught my eye when I was scrolling through all of the demos. Not that long ago when the whole Next Fest started. I'm gonna get y'all the store page here. So there's your store page. Making sure I have all my windows reorganized. I have not actually played this one at all. I kept this one a surprise for myself. So I am eager to see how this one ends up working out. We'll go ahead and create the party. See what the party creation actually looks like here. So we don't have thieves or blood mages, it looks like in the demo. So we've got warriors, rangers, void callers, and wizards. Okay, so void callers are going to have the healing options. Okay. We'll probably just make one of each. Just so we see how all of them work. So let's see, we got humans, dwarves, elk, and stoneborn. What's the special thing for stoneborn? Strength, resilience, they're limited agility, and they can't do arcane. Okay. Oh, that dexterity is... Ooh. So dexterity impacts critical chance, ranged hit chance, evasion, and ranged crit. Okay. And that's not a huge ordeal for a warrior. The issue being, if we had a situation where the warrior had to fall to the back rank or something, he would not be able to do anything. But we'll go ahead and roll that idea anyway, the other option being the dwarf, but I'm curious to see how a stoneborn would work out. Is that strength increase is pretty nifty. Though you'll notice it's rolling every time I switch races around, so now that we got the 13 strength back again, we'll stick with that one. So let's see, we got Flow of Life, which just gives them more resistances and more health. Flurry Thrust, which is a sword attack that hits twice, a mace attack that can stun, or a axe attack that has increased crit. Well, the increased crit is useless. Since their dexterity's in the toilet, crit chance ain't an option for them. Throw that one out straight away. And there's a bunch of stuff they can level into. So we'll keep that in mind as well. I think I'm just going to grab him the passive, because I don't know what the weapons look like in terms of what we're going to have available to us. This one is glorious. You will have that. And considering the... I seem to be unable to actually change their name, so I guess they're just getting whatever the random name is that the game gives them. Notice how all the clicking here is not doing anything. So, Luskull it is. Saves me the time of having to name things, so this is fine. Now, there's gonna be one mild problem we're gonna have, and that is, who's the second one that's gonna be on the front? And I guess I'll put the Void Caller in the other front slot? Which could be a bit of an issue. Agility and Wisdom for Elk. Okay. Considering where I'm going to be putting this one, though, I might make them a human just for the increased endurance by comparison. That's not terrible. 7 endurance, 9 wisdom. The high roll I was seeing for wisdom for a human was 10, so that'll probably be fine. So what do you have? You have a heal, you have melee attack bonus, barrier that absorbs damage, reflect damage, and increased healing and damage of all void spells. I'm feeling we start with the barrier, because if we prevent the damage in the first place, that'll mean we don't need to heal as much. And, like, the second thing we get ends up being the... Oh, the whole set of auras unlocked together. Okay. I figured you had to level the auras individually. That's all one thing. Okay, that's actually very important. You do not want that face. That smile is pretty good. I think for the void color, that'll be good. Oldest, yeah, sure. Oldest is fine. Get our ranger out next. Which, that I think will be our elk. Since they seem to favor dexterity heavily. And that's why I didn't put my ranger in the front. I was debating that, because if I went for somebody that could have strength and dexterity, the ranger could then kind of multi-roll a bit. But I think I'm just gonna have them focus on being in the back. Oh wow, the ranger does not get very many options at level 1. Just aimed shot and quick shot. They do get elemental damage on their shots, though, and some other neat stuff. Okay. They can't even mark at the beginning. We'll go ahead and go for double shot, then. That seems like the call at the moment. Though aimed shot's extra damage is nice, since quick shot doesn't have any reduction to the damage that they do. Oh, but it's only a 20% chance to shoot twice, though. That actually starts to make more sense why that isn't just better across the board. Sure, you know what? Shkela, sure. And last but not least, our wizard. Who will be... probably an elk as well? The endurance is going to be a bit of an issue, but I'm hoping for the dexterity to give our wizard a bit of dodge. And have that be a solution. Okay, that wasn't somebody from the group pinging me. I just needed to check on that because since we had left slightly abruptly there. I wanted to make sure there wasn't anything I'd missed. Yeah, the wisdom being so high should be the big play for us. It's a shame we don't have these ravens or slugmen. I'm betting one of them probably would be a better wizard. Just debating, do I reroll this again to try to get just like a touch more endurance? But I'm betting there's ways to raise statistics. So we'll just fix that after the fact. Oh, you can get a barrier from wizards as well. So we have fire, lightning, and ice, and barrier as the 4 things wizards do at the beginning. They can get more mana. They also get fireball. Okay. The advantage to lightning is it hits 2 enemies in front of the caster. So you either get freeze, multi-target, or burning. Those are your 3 choices for your side benefits, it looks like. I'm torn about the barrier at level 1. Because I'm just pondering, like, do I just let the ranger and the warrior do all of the work for the first level? And just have 2 supports to make sure we can just fend off any damage that comes in. The problem with that theory ends up being we do not know what the damage and such in this game looks like yet. So we don't know if these barriers absorb a significant amount of damage or not. Like, our only thing to go by is what our spells do, and like the low damage spell being 4 to 8 means if enemies have an equivalent at our level, then this barrier is worthwhile because it covers most of it. Even with these, it covers about half, which isn't bad when you layer it over the other barrier we have. But I also don't know if those stack. So I think I'm just gonna take the lightning because I'm scared of multiple enemies. I'm torn between these two faces for our wizard because they're both pretty good. I think I'm going Crazy Eyes though. Org. So we've got Luskull, Oldis, Eshkella, and Forg. That's the party. Welcome, adventurer. Every descent begins with something small, a simple task before the stone closes in. Roland the cook is out of mushrooms. He points you toward the nearby forest. If you bring him a handful of fresh mushrooms, he'll reward you with a hot meal and maybe something extra. Okay, and we're just straight in. We have a bunch of food, which has varying amounts of food supply, so starvation is a concept. We have 2 mana potions, 1 stamina potion, and 2 healing potions. And everybody has a weapon, as you can see. The ranger has a sling, the warrior has a club, and a dagger is what our void boy has. So I'm glad I put them up front. And it looks like the quarterstaff... I'm not seeing a mention of things having reach or not, so I don't know if the quarterstaff can be used from the back line or not. We'll find out when we get in our first combat. And of course we have our Welcome to Underkeep quest there. I do appreciate that, like, you can have, like, 1 skill slotted in here for convenience. I assume you could just keep opening the skill menu and reaching for whatever ones you don't use very often. Most likely. Oh, and for anyone with VOD concerns, the VOD will be split for your convenience later. The game has gotten super quiet at this point. I don't know... Yes, there's music here. It's just very quiet compared to all the other music in the game. That's something they may want to work on, is balancing that audio a little bit better. Not a major issue, though. Not quite at the statue. There it is. No soul lingers in the void. The altar does not respond. I'm assuming this is a bring people back from the dead altar then, so that's nice. That means you don't have to go back to town if somebody dies. Okay, the mushrooms are other. I assumed they were gonna be food. And I was gonna have to worry about eating all the mushrooms I needed. Yep, the map exists. Which I appreciate that this didn't go all the way back into classic dungeon crawl and make you have to draw your own map. Drawing your map is fun, but not something I was gonna want to do in a demo. Well. Only a fragment remains to read. All things fade, but those who remember shall. Question mark. There's a strange rock to the east, huh? Okay. Useful callouts. Ahead, half hidden by shrubs, rises a low, rocky outcrop. Its surface is split with cracks where tufts of grass and weeds have rooted. At the base, near a clump of yellow brush, you notice a small round hole, no wider than a hand. Examine the rock in the hole more closely, reach inside, probe it with a weapon or a stick, leave it alone, or the elk apparently has a unique interaction with this, where they detect that there's life inside. Let's use the unique interaction, because I presume that's probably our best choice. You crouch by the hole, breathing slow. A faint warmth brushes your hand, a tiny pulse beneath the dirt. A snake, you whisper, scared. You stay still. After a moment, the little serpent slips out, flicks its tongue, and disappears into the grass. Somebody was gonna get bit by that if we just kind of started poking around, I'm sure. So, good thing we have people that can detect life on the team, huh? As you walk through the dense forest, the distant echoes of a terrified scream cut through the rustling leaves. Pushing forward, you stumble into a small clearing where a lone trader stands atop a creaky, weather-worn cart. He's desperately swinging a wooden staff at a swarm of oversized rats, their red eyes glowing hungrily. The trader's barely keeping the creatures at bay. His voice trembles. I don't want to die like this. Please, help me. How are you going to act? We could help him, we could run away. The warrior has a specific dialogue, and the ranger also does. We could say, hold on, I'm coming through, or hold still, I've got one. Let's go with the warrior angle here, because getting one of them, I don't think is going to solve this, but the warrior crashing through should help clean the table a little bit for us. You lower your shoulder and charge through the swarm, roaring like a storm breaking against stone. The ground trembles as steel meets fur. For a heartbeat, the rats freeze. Their chittering dies in their throats as fear ripples through the pack. Then they scream and surge again. So 2 of them are stunned, and we are in combat. Looks like there's 3 of them immediately around us. The trader's back there. Each character can perform 1 action or 1 assigned special skill per round. Using potions from the inventory does not consume an action. Well, you go ahead and club that. If all characters act, the round ends automatically. Okay. Is your aura already active? No, so let's activate your aura. Wait, why is it showing... Oh, okay, it's just showing the same symbol for all of them. Okay, that's fine. I'm just making sure that I have the right aura. It says Aura Void here, even though the icon is Aura Blades. That's an important thing to make sure of. And that doesn't consume an action either, which is good. So you can go ahead and shank the rat. And yeah, out of range. So quarterstaff is a no-go at this range, which is an important thing to have checked. Oh, rat has moved up. 1 rat is gone, though, so we've got that under control at the moment. I do have 2 targets here, so use the lightning over here, which did not work very well. I don't think this is pulsing at a rate that should be a concern, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull the flashing light warning up in case other spells are more of a concern in that regard. Just a little bit of caution, you know? Just a touch of caution. Can't hurt. So let's cycle back to the single rat so we have some breathing space if we get rid of it. Now, we are taking only a little bit of damage here thanks to the aura, so it was a good choice to have the aura protection. Because otherwise I think they would be doing some fairly hefty damage to us. Just in the overall grand scheme of things here. Okay, I think that's all the rats. Some of your heroes are hurt and could use some rest. Resting will replenish health, but require food. Nobody's hurt that badly. Aside from the wizard. Thank you. I thought I was done for. Here, take this, he says, pressing a small iron key into your hand. It's for my chest. My supplies. You've earned it, and I'm getting out of this cursed place while I can. Perhaps our path will cross again someday. Until then, safe travels. Do we have a key for the box? We're just not in range of the box yet, apparently. I was gonna just plop it right into the box straight off. I guess the box is... No? Oh, I guess we just automatically do it. I'm used to this style of game, expecting you to drag and drop things onto them. We got some scale gloves, which are pretty much guaranteed to be going to you. So it is only required strength 4. So technically either of you can wear it, actually. And you have significantly less health, so actually you're getting the armor first. Because he already has 1 natural armor. So now they both have armor. Since they're both the ones at the front, it makes sense. The tattered robe giving 4 evasion is certainly a concept. 19 evasion and you were getting slapped. Okay. And we got 59 out of 150 experience from that. Good to know, good to know. This was also another healing potion, which is nice to see. I'm gonna go ahead and use one of these just to get our wizard out of danger. This way we don't burn the food. It may be better to burn the food first and use the potions afterwards, but I don't know yet. Like, I don't know how the resource management in this looks quite yet. Considering we can just find apples, though, it's not terrible. It is only one food, though, compared to things like the ham, which is 7. So that's all worth considering in terms of our options here. There's blood here. The dim torchlight barely penetrates the dark tunnel. Its jagged walls clawed and gnawed by countless vermin. So this is where the rats came from. Let's not poke our nose in there yet. I don't know if these bones have any use, but... usually with this style of game, you want to be grabbing random things. As long as you have the inventory space to acquire them. Because you never know when something might actually be useful. Like alchemy ingredients or anything. I don't know if there's going to be potion making at all in this. Considering it's not a skill, I would assume it's not, or at least not currently. But I don't know that. Oh, this must be the way back to town. This is where the path ends. Legends say the full game will continue once released. Oh. So this is just the only place we have then. It's just this dungeon and then the demo's done. Understood. So I guess we're going in the vermin cave then. Because it's our only option. Also, save the game. Save often. You never know when things will go wrong. We can skip turns, rest, look at our quests. Okay, I can look at a bigger version of the map. There is this path over here we didn't take still, actually. While we're down this end of the world. Because that's where the soldier was. There's also this chest, which I assume you get to from over here. The overhears and such, unfortunately, aren't going to help you that are... Ah, I can't go that way. Oh, that is where we came from, so no, that actually makes sense. Like, we didn't visibly see that, but that was the opposite direction of where we were facing when we spawned in, so it does make sense that that would be where we started. In hindsight, ooh. Knife. That is just a plain old ordinary dagger. This is just plain 3 with 1 armor pierce. This doesn't have the 1 armor pierce, but it does have 1 sharpness. I don't know what sharpness means. But considering it's 3 to 5 as opposed to 3... Oh, you don't have the 3 dexterity required. Never mind. That doesn't work. Okay, yeah, I'm assuming potion making or something is going to be a thing, because that flower is grabbable. Also, my plan of getting over to this chest from here? Not going to work. There might be a secret passage somewhere, then. Considering it looks like we have nothing but trees along our entire route here. Oh, wait. Wait. No. This does look... Am I the only one who thinks that this screams secret passage? Like this big rock here would just like move to a side. I don't know if that's just me or not. Could just be me. That's entirely fair. Up into the rat cave we go. Oh, another knife. Some objects can be destroyed. Try attacking anything that looks fragile. That got us another club. Ooh, a better one. Lucille mace, a miner helmet, skull, potion. Torch is burned. Now I guess that torch is just gone. This does only require 3 strength, but The other one got not the previous one, and you obviously can use Lucille, so that's yours now. A heavy wooden club wrapped in barbed wire. Near the handle, a single name is carved in shaky letters, Negan. Oh, that really is just a reference, huh? Fair enough. And the rusty dagger is just terrible. It's less dexterity requirements, so if you had somebody with just the worst stats, you could make use of that, I suppose. Okay, these say they're completely useless, so... See, the broken bones don't say they're completely useless, so I'm gonna err on the side of it could happen here. Wait. Uh-huh. Things I didn't expect to see for 500. That. I see. Oldest but deals no damage. That's good. That's good. Oldest is out of mana, which is a problem. Scourge is bleeding. Can get you some mana back to keep zapping away. Scourge of the Tunnels goes down, and we get some worm meat for our troubles. I'm assuming we get mana back when we rest, so since we have a lot of food, let's see if that works. Can't rest now, enemies are nearby. Well, just gonna shimmy on back. Yes, mana and stamina do get restored by that, and it didn't take that much food. Looks like it might be... Well, no, it did take a solid amount of food, actually. All of the apples are gone. What it does is I think it takes all of the one food items first. You'll love to see it. No, don't mind what I'm reacting to. I saw something on my notifications. The end results of doing good deeds for people, basically. Okay, you can't attack and move. Yeah, it's two enemies in front of Caster. Is it more than a tile? It is just the tile in front of you. Okay. I kind of assumed, but we needed to test that, you know? You need to find out sometimes. There we go. More worm meat. Yeah, that whole Scourge of the Tunnels thing, I really expected that to be a bigger problem, because it's like, oh, it's the Scourge of the Tunnels. That means it must be like a unique monster. No, it's just a worm. Seems breakable. No? Huh. You tried to dig through with your bare hands, but without success. Maybe some tool would help. Oh, I need to go find a shovel or a pick or something. Okay. That makes sense. There's a jaw just kind of here. This door works. Okay. That cues me in that there might be something bad around here. Something that are going to give you the option of closing the door on and running away. From. Another of the mushrooms. I'm assuming I'm supposed to just, like, find a variety of mushrooms at this point, since we haven't found repeat mushrooms of any kind. Got a wacky stick. The quarterstaff is quite potent, actually. I think that's better for you to have, because it's more damage, and he has enough strength for it. Not to mention more evasion. He does lose the sharpness, but I don't know what sharpness even means in the context of this game. Oh, that rock broke. Okay. Breaking that rock do for me? Answer? Nothing. There's nothing else here. This wall seems very suspicious. Can I throw things in this game? Technically, yes. Okay. See if that actually travels any real distance. No. Okay, it does if you go high enough. Because for anybody that's familiar with this type of game, one of your big strategies in some games of this genre, like Legend of Grimrock or some of the other older ones, is just hurling things at your problems. Let me tell you, it can be a good solution. Boots. Give evasion. Hey, ranger, have some shoes. That seems like the thing for you. Evasion's probably gonna be your main shtick right now. Ooh, an axe. But it's rusty. 3 to 7 still, though, and 2 sharpness. Problem is, both of these require 5 strength, which you do not possess. No one on this team possesses more than 4 strength other than Luskel. So it becomes a question of, would I rather you have that or this? The base damage on the axe is lower, but it does have sharpness, but it doesn't have armor pierce. And the chance to bleed on Lucille, I think, is the better choice, since that's just a free dot to put on enemies. It's interesting that he can hit things to break them, but he can't hit things to attack them from the back line with the quarterstaff. Huh. Oh, and there's more walls like this, so these are just walls. It just was different stone. Good to know. Got another scourge. Suck knife, evildoer. Oop, I said. That doesn't seem to be working. Okay, yeah, that is still out of range, though. I wanted to double check. We are getting pushed back bit by bit here, but he's dead, so we're fine. Need my knives back that I threw at nothing. I should have tried throwing them at a closer range just to see if anything would happen, but the way they throw them, I don't think throw foo is a strategy here. Since we got some more worm meat and mana's getting low, we'll go ahead and just chill for a moment here. Yeah, it seems like each bit of health or mana that goes up, it takes a piece of food. AEUSRM. So I'm assuming... each of these dots is going to correspond to a letter. And that's going to fill in what's missing here. My first instinct was thinking that this said mausoleum, but that's not true, because there's no R in mausoleum that I can think of. Oh? Mushroom. Are you evil? Hello? You are not evil. Golden spores drift through the chamber, glowing like dying embers. The air is damp and faintly sweet. The figure shifts, roots creak. Spores pulse as it watches you. Its voice does not speak, it settles into the air, heavy as wet soil. It's strange. Murmurs, I sense kin. A pause. Tell me, are you thieves? What are you? You step closer. Its shape is near human, but the movement is wrong. Spores paint pulse faintly as it shifts. Presses a mycelium hand to its chest. Root and rot, it says. Bound to soil given form. What do you want? You seek flavor, the creature replies, its voice soft. I seek my little ones. Return the caps you've gathered, and My gratitude will not be empty. The sound that follows is barely a hum, warm and trembling. Worry clings to it like dew to a leaf. You step back, keeping your hands visible in your weapon's sheath for now. Roland the cook. Yep. You encounter a strange mushroom being. It is not hostile. It asks you to return 5 of its missing members. If you bring all 5 mushrooms back to it, it promises a reward born of root and spore. Or you could add it to tonight's menu. See, the thing is, I don't know if it's 5 mushrooms in general, for like needs 5 mushrooms that look like it, so these Pippas specifically or not. We'll keep that thought in the back pocket for the moment, though. We don't need to commit anywhere yet. Okay, the pickaxe isn't a weapon. And a healing hidden in there. This is why you check these things. You never know what you'll find. Leather bracers. Require 4 dexterity, give extra range damage. So here you go, bud. That's for you. You're the only one doing range damage on this team. At least at the moment. Not counting magic. There we go. You've used a pickaxe and successfully dug your way through. It doesn't use up the pickaxe either, so that's very nice. And we got just a rock. In the hands of a fool, it's just a rock. In the hands of a legend, it reshapes fate. That's actually true. Could be referencing David and Goliath, could be just a point about how useful a rock can be in the right hands. You got options there. Oh, and that was the rock pile I was looking at before, too. Oh, there's some bread. It's moldy. It'll fill you up and possibly give you extra surprises. Speaking of surprises, behold, it's a zombie. It's undead. It makes sense that a zombie would be unbleedable, but cooked all the same. Now we have 5 mushrooms. Oh, cold and unsettlingly determined. You can't shake the feeling that you weren't searching for this mushroom. This mushroom was searching for you. Mycelium network. No. I was trying to get a lead on it and it didn't quite work out. But according to plan. There we go. And everybody gained a level, which did restore stats, so that's good intel as well. Let's see, your other skill... You can get Provoking Shout and Shield Bash now. Well, you don't have a shield, so that doesn't help. I'm thinking Provoking Shout, because it'll redirect attacks to him. We need that. You're gonna go ahead and... Ooh, do I get the specific shield, or do I get the heal? I'm thinking he finally will have his heal, so he actually has, like, an active thing to do. The other option would have been to level up the barrier, which... That is a lot of shield. Bear this in mind, though. Auras can be changed whenever the void color levels up. So I can't change the auras all the time. Cloak of Swiftness. That is just, like, good stats across the board, so sure, you'll have your Cloak of Swiftness. You can get 10 more mana. Shielding Barrier, though. That's just not enough extra damage. 1 base damage and 1 max damage for 2 more mana cost is not that compelling to me. I'm thinking the 10 more mana because he is going through a decent amount of it at any given time. Though he does already have 44, so it's only a quarter more, but a quarter more is actually pretty significant. And it does level up as well. Okay. And it does fill it too, which is nice. Since his mana cost is 6, he nearly gained 2 casts of his spell for that at skill point, so it's not terrible. I need a key. You can probably bash it open too, but I'm not going to try that right now. I don't want to risk breaking whatever's in it. Because that's usually the trade-off for those that don't know, is you can bash chests, but you'll damage the rewards. There's still more goo everywhere. Okay, we've looped around. Huh. There's an indent there, but I think that's where the pickaxe was. Yeah. It's nice that they actually marked those indents on the map. That's actually super kind of them. Looks like we're out of territory to cover here. So I have the decision of, do I give Mushroom Man his friends? Offer to return the mushrooms. You reach into your pack, feeling the shapes of every cap you've gathered. We've brought your family, you say. All of them. They're unharmed. The creature's shoulders loosen, spores drifting in a relieved, shimmering sigh. Then let them come home, it whispers. Sunnybell, Frostwick, Dirtfather, Streamer, and Red Pipple were removed from inventory. A soft pulse of warmth spreads through the cavern as the creature gathers the returned caps close. The air shimmers with drifting gold. The creature bows, an oddly graceful dip of stalk and roots. You kept them safe, it murmurs, its voice like wind through hollow wood. Take your reward. Breathe deep. Taste what my kin offer. It spreads its arms, spores billow outward in a slow, glowing cloud, curling around you like warm mist. You fall downward through stone that has never seen the sun. Endless stairs spiral into black, doors sealed with runes. Above it all rises a solitary tower, old stone wrapped in silence. Watching everything below, Underkeep. For a heartbeat, something opens its eyes beneath the mountain. Vast, ancient, draconic. You feel its gaze pass through you like fire through fog. You see desperate choices made in flickering torchlight, blood on old altars, hands shaking as blades fall where words failed. Shapes move in the dark, things that learned hunger before fear. Claws scraping stone, eyes opening where walls should be. Then, with a soft pulse, the world brightens again. Oh, everybody got turned into mushrooms. One sec. You blink or try to. The portraits of your companions shimmer, twist, and settle into squat, smiling mushroom versions of themselves. What the... You try to say, but only a wet, rubbery chitter escapes your mouth. Your thoughts slide apart like soft wax, words dissolve, meaning thins. The tiny caps at your feet waddle towards you, arms outstretched. You feel no fear, only a warm, overwhelming affection. They are your kin now, your family, and the cavern welcomes you home. Thank you for playing the Underkeep demo. End? No, the demo does not end here. The full version is just another path. One that we all must take. Wishlist Underkeep to follow its development and return when the gates open again. That was a shorter demo than I thought. I could have done the fight against the mushroom, but that seemed like as good a move to make as any. So it conveniently ends at that point. While the ads run, though, I'm going to get up for a quick second, and then I will hopefully also set up the next demo quickly. But I'll be back in just a moment.